What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, as always, Joey Garcia, and today we are getting into the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so round one, they got Broderick Jones at pick 14. I wanted to give this a better grade than a B plus because of them trading up. Just worked perfectly. Barely gave up anything to trade up in front of the Jets, who we're going after Broderick Jones. He's also my seventh best player. I'm gonna change this grade. You see B plus on there. I'm gonna give it an A, a solid A. I love this pick. He's 6'5", 310 pounds. He's raw, extremely athletic, extremely strong, can move his feet very, very well. This is a guy who I think is going to start day one at left tackle. He's going to have a couple issues throughout the year, but the year after that, I think he's going to be a Pro Bowl left tackle. I think he's going to be that good. So again, this is a brilliant move. Again, he was the second tackle taken off the board with Peter Skoronski going in front of him. Peter Skoronski from Northwestern was a little more technically sound and pro ready. Broderick Jones, his ceiling is the moon. So I think he's going to be really, really good. Round two, they got Joey Porter Jr. This was a guy I was begging for them to get at pick 16. If they didn't trade up for Broderick Jones, I heard they were going to get him. Again, his dad played for them as well. Joey Porter Sr. played linebacker for them. He's a cornerback from Penn State. I gave this an A plus at pick 32, the second round pick that they got from Chicago for the Chase Claypool trade. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. He looks a little skinny. He might put on 10 more pounds just from growing and being an adult. I think he's 21 years old right now. But he is super long. His arms are extremely long. He's got good hand fighting. Again, he can really jam those receivers and stay with them. His ball tracking is good. He doesn't really get very many interceptions. He kind of reminds me of like a Byron Jones, if you think about it like that. And he's probably going to be purely a cover three specialist. Maybe he can work a little bit of man-to-man, and you might be able to teach him some zone, but you're just asking for trouble at that point. So in round two, their second round pick, at pick 49, they got Keanu Benton. He's an interior defensive lineman from Wisconsin. This is a guy who is kind of raw right now. You can help kind of teach him pass rush moves, but he's not really quick twitchy off the ball. He's 6'4", 310 pounds, but he's going to be a good run stuffer from day one. So he's someone that you're going to put inside, and he's just going to be a first and second round guy for his first couple years until he can develop a pass repertoire. And then maybe he's a guy who can be one of the elite interior pass rushers like Aaron Donald. You look at guys like Quinnen Williams is starting to turn into that. Christian Wilkins is really like that. So I think I think in a couple years he's going to be a guy like Christian Wilkins and Aaron Donald. I know those are big names, but I think it's a very solid pick right here. In the third round, I think this was the steal of the entire draft. Obviously, some teams took him off the board because of medicals. His knee, apparently he had some knee swelling. Of course, he's 6'7", 270 pounds as a tight end, and he hurdles defenders. So he's a dynamic athlete. Yeah, he has some knee swelling. I don't really care about it. I think he's going to start for them day one. They have Pat Fryermuth over there as well. They're going to run a lot of 12 personnel. He's a good run blocker already, and he's going to mature into being more of a pass catcher as well. Again, he was the tight end 2 for Georgia because they have Brock Bowers there. I love this pick. In a really good tight end class, he's my tight end 2. I had a first round grade on him, so getting him in the third, awesome. Nick Herbig, the edge from Wisconsin, they took him at pick 132 in the fourth round. Excuse me. He's 6'2", 240 pounds. I don't really know where you can use him other than in pass rush situations. He's got a really good motor, but he's undersized. He's not an extremely athletic guy. He's just a solid athlete, and he's got good pass rush moves. So I think you really are just going to use him, at least to start out, as a third down specialist, as a pass rush guy, um, and a special teamer. But again, in the fourth round, if that's what he's being used for, and then maybe he can pick up 30, 40% of the snap load in his first 2 years, I think that's a solid pick for a fourth round pick. So we'll see. Now go all the way to the seventh round. So they got Corey Trice, the cornerback from Purdue. This guy again is a good man cover corner. They got two really good man cover corners. Yeah, you got one that plays primarily as a cover three or a man guy with Joey Porter Jr. You get Corey Trice here, who's long, strong. They're both long corners. You got Patrick Peterson over there right now too, and he's a dog. He can play. He cannot play in zone, um, just because. Again, I don't really know if it's instincts, if he just wasn't really being taught in Purdue. But again, they got two corners who are primarily cover three man guys. Um, he's kind of limited athletically with his long speed. But again, if he's going to play off ball press, I think it's going to be okay. This is a guy that could be the fourth outside cornerback, and you got him in the seventh round. So I like that pick a lot. Another seventh round pick. They got Spencer Anderson from Maryland. He played center. He also played tackle. They have him listed as a guard. So he's a guy that I guess has five spot. Uh, he's a guy that can play all five spots on the offensive line, I guess. From what I saw, he was very strong anchoring. Obviously, he's not 6'1", 195 pounds. I did not change that, so that's my fault. But he's good at diagnosing blitzes and stunts. But again, he's a bigger body guy who has slow feet. So he's not going to go back outside. I think he's going to play one of the three interior spots. He's probably a guy fighting for a roster spot, if I'm being honest. So I think if this is a success of a pick, he ends up being a swing guard. That's really all it is. He's going to be your sixth offensive lineman, seventh offensive lineman, and can fill in a pinch. So, but again, that's fine. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for the Steelers. Sorry that this last pick kind of threw me off with some of the stuff, so I do apologize for that. Go ahead and leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree with some of my grades. And we will see you tomorrow to finish out the AFC North with the Cleveland Browns. So, peace.